next guests are true telly royalty. He creates the greatest TV shows of all time and she stars in them. They're now breaking new ground with their series Pluribus, which continues on Fridays on Apple TV. So grab your popcorn. This is an interview unicorn. It's Vince Gilligan and Rhea Seehorn.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't really know what to do with this. It's too good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Oh my gosh, you are doing great. You're doing more than great. Congratulations on all the great. Okay, Vince and Rhea, we're talking about this new phenomenon, Pluribus, which is just off the chain. The reviews are in, and you will not be disappointed. I'm sure you know that. Who wants to frame it for us? Do you want to frame it first, Vince, for us?
What the show's about?
Yeah.
It is a show in which the world's the most unhappy person on Earth tries to save the world from happiness.
Yeah.
And that unhappy person would be the lovely lady sitting to my right.
How's that working out for you, Rhea?
It's good. It's good. I'm embarrassed to say that it took me until a journalist was asking Vince and I about that tagline of what if the world's most miserable person was trying to save the world from happiness, and the journalist had said, he's like, she's upset, but I wouldn't call her like the most miserable. And I didn't realize until then that when Vince clarified, it is technically speaking now, after this event has happened, an event happens.
Yes, because
world.
You're not up against 7.2 billion people in that competition, are you?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
There
Of those people, I am definitely the most miserable.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so many questions. There's one question. You've just set up the premise, the pitch of the show with a question. If there was another question that you were asking the human race and the viewer, what would that be about this show? Because there's loads of theories. Kedge, who runs our social media, he said, it's a bit like social media because it's everybody's sort of thinking the same thing or being gaslit into thinking the same thing. But there's a few people who've dealt themselves out and have a different perspective. That kind of narrative.
It's I want the audience. I feel like I made a mistake with Breaking Bad for all those years.
Yeah, it was so rubbish, wasn't it? What a terrible mistake. Why did you bother?
Yeah. Well, thank you. The one mistake I feel like I made. I am very proud of that show. But the one mistake I feel like I made was I started. We have a podcast. We have all these opportunities to talk to the fans, and I started saying, "I think this is what it means," and I think Walt should do. And I became this thing where I was sort of laying out the theme of the show, what I thought it was about, what I thought it wasn't about, and I feel like that's a mistake I don't want to make with Pluribus. I want the audience, I want the folks listening who watch the show and hopefully dig it. I want them to tell me what it's about. Yes, could it be? Does it make us think of AI? Does it make us think of the worldwide pandemic? Does it make us think of a great many things, perhaps? But that is up to other people, folks watching, the folks listening, to tell me what it means. So
it's a global improv. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Well, as far as audience response, I think one of the things, as I'm a fan of Vince's shows, as well as getting the great fortune to be in them, but I love that you assume the intelligence of the audience instead of telling them what to think, telling them how to feel about a moment, and that permeates throughout all the incredible artists on the show. Dave Porter doing music and stuff. Like, they're not telling you what to think. And so I think his shows they raise questions, and then people come to it with their own stuff, their own baggage, where their head's at.
So projection is all projection. That used to be the cinema projector's job, didn't it? And now it's our job to project onto the canvas whatever we think is our interpretation of it. Yeah. So it moves at pace, doesn't it? So many things happen so quickly. Who is Carol when we first meet her, please, Rhea?
Carol is a romance novelist who is quite successful, and she is on a book tour with her partner, her life partner as well as her business partner, where you do see that she is somewhat mocking her own fans and her own material, but it's coming from a place of her own self-loathing, and I would say she's a bit of a misanthrope and not really allowing herself to enjoy things in life and
Even though
she's
searching. Brilliant at what she does.
Huh? Yes. Yes, she is. She's very successful at what she does, but she is always searching for the thing that would actually make you happy, the thing that would actually make you feel validated that you are good at what you do.
I'll be happy when.
I'll be happy when. I'll be successful when.
Yeah.
I'll be content when. I will have made it when. I mean, we've all had our heads stuck in that space.
So there's a lab. There's a rat. How far do you want to go? Because if people haven't seen it yet, there's 2 episodes that's already dropped, and then it's every Friday on Apple TV Plus, and the 2 series are in the bag already. So 22 shows or 21 shows are done and dusted. Or
Oh man, I wish 22. Oh, the boy, I wish.
well, haven't they ordered that? They've ordered them, though, haven't they?
Well, they've ordered two what you call in the UK, two
seasons.
series.
Yeah, two series.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like calling it seasons, but people don't get it.
Well, but happy
So there's a lab. There's a rat.
There's a lab, there's a rat. The first 2 episodes, boy, if you haven't watched the first 2, what's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. The world changes. Something big happens to the world, and in the first episode, and suddenly everybody seems very pleased and content. And
it's massive, isn't it? It's a massive show.
In scope.
yeah, absolutely.
Every shot not every shot, but lots of shots literally take your breath away.
Oh,
as all
thank
your
you.
shows do.
Thank you.
No, they
God
really
bless
do.
you.
No, they really
I
do.
appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
That was,
I mean, obviously, we are missing the what is it called? Is it called Grain Crawl?
Oh, from film.
Yeah.
I love. Oh, you went there. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
don't
You know
even know
what?
what's that?
Actually,
Yeah.
we
There's Brain Fog and there's Grain Crawl.
There's no, I like talking. I like talking to Chris. He knows all the inside poop about the. We do shoot on digital. We shoot on digital video. We shoot.
Just tell everyone what Grain Crawl is.
Yeah, Grain Crawl. Well, when we shot film back in the day, each you're looking at 24 different photographs every second, and each one is made up. It was a photochemical process, and each frame is made up of little crystals, and there's a grain to it. And so you're right, with digital, you don't have grain per se. You do have digital noise, which can look a little like grain, but we have a brilliant colorist, a gentleman named Dave Cole, a wonderful Australian gentleman who does big movies like The Last Dune, the first 2 Dune, the remakes of and he took it upon himself to add in a little faux grain.
Is that for you?
Yeah, well, and he said, "Do you like it?"
Just with love.
Yes, and I said, "I love it." He's a real artist, but working with Marshall Adams, our director of photography, and Paul Donachie, who lives here in London.
Paul Donachie, Londoner.
Hey, shout out to Paul.
He's wonderful.
Is it true that George Lucas schooled you on? Don't be so silly, young man. Come forward with the digital crowd here.
Boy, you did your research. Yes, I got to meet.
You never told me that.
I got to meet George Lucas one time at a party, and someone, a much more extroverted fellow, Steve Moscow, I was with, and he said, he's across the room. He said, "George," because he saw George Lucas was leaving the party. And George Lucas looked our way, and he said, "This is the guy that created Breaking Bad." And George Lucas went, and then he said, and he was like, yeah, right. And he's like heading for the door. And I don't blame him. But and then Steve says, "And guess what? He shoots on film," because at the time we did Breaking Bad. And George Lucas makes this U-turn like I've never seen a human being do. Turns on his heel, comes back, and gets right in my face. He says, "Why are you doing that? Oh. Why are you shooting on film still?" And I said, "Well, I love film. I love the look of film. It's a beautiful thing. It's all the greatest movies ever made."
Some of yours, George.
Yeah. Wow.
And
I'm kind of surprised.
He's a very interesting fellow and very brilliant, as you would imagine, and very much a person who lives as you would expect. It seemed to me, with one foot in the future, and he very much loves digital imagery, and it was quite a conversation. It was interesting.
It was pretty good. And just tell us. We'll get to Better Call Saul in a minute because that's how you and Ray got together. Just tell us that about the pre-pilot Better Call Saul experience where. Because you shot Breaking Bad on film, and you were thinking, "Oh, it's $100,000 per episode more on film than digital. Why don't we do a test here?" So you did a blind tasting test. We
did, and I was working. The fellow who co-created Better Call Saul is a gentleman named Peter Gould, and he and I love working with him. He and I love film. But we were told that to continue shooting film like we did on Breaking Bad would cost, as you said, about an extra $100,000 or thereabouts. So we thought we would be good producers and give ourselves a blind test where our director of photography would shoot film, and then he would shoot with, I think he shot with 3 or 4 different digital cameras. And then we screened it. He screened it for us in a big theater. And we said, please just call them A, B, C, D, and E, however many. Do not say which one's which.
Yeah.
And if we can pick the film out of the film, the one shot on film out of all the digital cameras, then we will spend the extra $100,000 an episode or whatever.
The audience will know.
Because
they might know.
Well, you know what? We would know, and we would feel like we were missing something. And I got to tell you, Chris, we had this. We were chastened. We were humbled. We watched this thing, and we have a little light on next to us, a little pad and a little pencil, and I'm writing down furiously. Oh yeah. B is the film camera. It's as plain as the nose of my face. Camera B. Was wrong every time.
Really?
Every single time.
Yeah. And so Better Call Saul is how you two got together. So it was shot digitally. Rhea, what about film and digital from an actor's point of view? How has that changed? Because you can see things straight away now. Do you do that? Do you peek behind the camera?
I don't watch over at the monitor, nor do I watch dailies. I would just be too in my head about the way I look. Occasionally, if there's a shot that is requiring specific choreography or really a technical collaboration to get the shot correct where I'm coming into frame or something, I might ask to look at it. Or if I'm trying to match something, we have to shoot days later coming back to something. But I would rather, I'm as bad as anybody when you see your face the size of a car.
Really?
You only see what's wrong with it and all of that. So
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you see, because it's big. Cinema screens are really big. This is not breaking news, I know. And they're getting bigger as well. And so are TVs. Everything's getting big. It must be such a strange thing to do.
But it was interesting. I asked Arthur Albert was a DP for our first season of Better Call Saul, and he shot a lot on film. And I said, what do you prefer? Do you miss film, or how do you feel about that? And he said, I really like the creativity it allows actors for performance-wise, because the time limit on the take is not you're not limited on the time as well as how many takes you're allowed to do. And he said, and I swear he said this, Vince. He said, not on Vince and Peter's shows, but on other shows. He said, what I don't like about it is the lack of planning of the shots, because he said too many people, the director is not thinking about their composition, because you can afford to get sloppy and then punch in or change the frame in post. And he's like, I'm lighting the composition we're shooting now, and so I don't like it when people do that. So that was interesting.
I suppose you've got the best of both worlds right now, haven't you? Because you've got people who worked on film with those standards, also benefiting from the advantages as opposed to the sort of shortcuts of digital. That's just what you're speaking to.
Exactly.
I would imagine. But you still say check the gate.
Yes,
even though you didn't need to.
Well,
I love that. Come on.
And you know what? That is check the gate. By the way, I'm sorry that is in the process of going away, because we have used that to our benefit in the past, when we wanted one more take, and our producer told us, "Okay, you're done. We're going home now." And we have used it in the past. Check the gate. Oh my God, there was a hair in the gate. We got to do one more.
And there, of course, wasn't a hair in the gate.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And you know the term, it's a wrap. You know what that means, don't you?
I think you're going to school me here. I don't
think I know what that one means.
Well, obviously, it's the end of the day. But
but I mean, what you mean where it comes from?
It means wind, reel, and print. WARP.
I did not know that.
I love it when you don't know that.
Wind, reel, and print.
I told Tom Hanks he didn't know either.
I did not know that.
So
wind, reel, and what?
Wind, reel, and print.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That's the deal.
I did not know that.
So as far as if in the worldwide competition, the world heavyweight competition of episodes, it's unfortunately for Breaking Bad fans, it's Breaking Bad 62, Better Call Saul 63. Is that something you intended to happen?
This is like, I've never talked to a guy who knew more about. This is awesome, Trish. You're the man.
63 episodes.
Definitely putting you on my team for trivia or Jeopardy.
I know. Yes, and you were exactly right. 63 episodes of 62. Better Call Saul.
That can't be a coincidence, can it? Are we looking at 64? For this show?
That would be nice, except the rate we're moving, it'd be like 78 years from now we would get there. But
That's okay. We'll do it.
Yeah, are you up for that?
I'm up for it.
All right,
With
good.
a walker and everything.
Raise up for it.
So Vince gets to everywhere. Well, we all get to where we are now because of everything that's happened to us anyway.
Yes.
But Vince gets to Breaking Bad via X-Files. How do you get to Better Call Saul? Obviously, you get to Pluribus via Better Call Saul. How do you get to Better Call Saul?
Well, I had been doing theater for about the shortest form is casting, is Bialy Thomas casting, right. Sharon Bialy, Sherry Thomas, and Russell Scott casting, because I had been doing theater for quite a while on the East Coast in the U.S., drama and comedy, but then I got cast in a sitcom that moved me to L.A., and you kind of become not just comedic, but a sitcom actress, and I was lucky enough that I was being called at all. That's the plus side of being pigeonholed. Is at least there's somebody calling.
Yeah. And you can afford a phone.
Yeah, but they weren't really thinking me for dramas, and there are a couple of wonderful casting directors that don't pigeonhole you at all, and so Sharon Bialy had been calling me in for dramas, large parts, small parts, super strange character parts, everything in between, and so she had called me in and thought I was good for this. And then when Vincent Peters started looking at tapes, she was also able to talk to them about a breadth of work of mine that really had only been for an audience of 3 because they were all shows I never got.
Yeah. Wow. And
Yeah.
you do say, don't you, about Breaking Bad ended up being funnier than you thought it ever might be.
Yes.
And Better Call Saul ended up being more dramatic than you thought it ever might be.
Oh.
Yes.
And your sort of the boards you trod get you to that place in the sitcom and then the dramatic role as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I really believe that a fine actor is a fine actor, and if it's an actor who is known for comedy and has never done drama, and Ray had done it all, but if I had only seen Ray doing comedy but saw how brilliant she was at it, I have this theory about every actor. Any comedic actor has worth their salt can do drama. I believe it doesn't always work the reverse. The reverse is
I
not
would
always
agree,
true.
and I don't know why. And I've been asked the why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's like literally almost like tin ear for music, because sometimes like they can't hear comic timing.
Yeah,
they just can't hear it. But I don't know. But Bob Odenkirk and I also used to say, because Michael McKean had done drama and comedy, but he's most known for comedy. I'm not on his level in the comedic world. I'm not saying that, but I was definitely most known for comedy. Bob was more known for comedy. But Bob would always say, he's like, yes, but those of us that do dark comedy, which all 3 of us had, we just have sad, dark souls. And that's why we're good at drama. It's inside.
Yeah, God, the dramedy lives in the darkness of the soul. Bum, bum, bum. So how do you do it, man? How does he do it, right? You must know this better than anybody else.
I don't know, and he gets asked all the time. I know you mean
come
like
on,
big
you've
picture.
been close to him for nearly a decade now. So tell us, what's your theory?
Vince works his ass off, and he likes to tell people that this idea just came to him, and he calls himself lazy and all those other things. He works his ass off, and I also think that you have such a particular way of constantly looking at human behavior and human nature and trying to puzzle out the whys of that they develop into these stories that are very original and very searching. And wanting to invite people into that conversation. So I think that's why his storytelling is so rich, so original, and also so wonderfully open to interpretation. And then he has a very dark sense of humor that I enjoy quite a bit.
Do you know where that comes
and
from?
That comes in.
His dad getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning to watch movies. You know, like most mums and dads get the...
Did you write an autobiography I don't know about that he has?
This is what... Do you know what it is?
I don't.
So you know most mums and dads, like, kids, turn the TV off, put the screens down. It's time now. Mum, it's Saturday night. Dad, it's okay, you got another 10 minutes. All right, another hour, whatever. Okay. His dad used to get him up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch specific movies that just happened to be airing at that time because we didn't have pause TV.
We didn't have VCRs.
Tell us about your dad.
My dad was a wonderful guy. My dad and my mom both, helped get me where I am. My dad passed away back in January of this year, and he was, I miss him very much. But yes, he I think he helped instill in me this love of movies that I have. And yeah, I remember he would get me up in the middle of the night to watch one particular Bad Day at Black Rock, great Spencer Tracy movie. And I love it so much now. I've actually been in the desert north of Los Angeles, California. I've been to where they shot the railroad station, where they shot a big part of that movie. That's a great movie.
I don't know that movie.
Bad Day at Black Rock. Spencer Tracy shows up at this little podunk, little whistle stop town in the desert, and he is there to deliver a Medal of Honor to a Japanese American soldier who was under his command in World War II. And he finds there's a big dark mystery going on in this creepy little town. And it's a really gripping movie. Ernest Borgnine, Lee Marvin, Robert Ryan, really good movie.
Wow, okay.
Do you know about his granddad's bookshop?
No. What?
Tell her, Chris.
Yeah.
What?
No, seriously, because if you think about
Are you scared about something he might bring up now that you know that he knows this one?
But if you know about
mind.
If you know about the ingredients, it's amazing. So he's got a dad that gets him up to watch movies in the middle of the night, and they're really good movies, and his dad's not a weirdo. So it's all for the right reasons. It's a bit skew, but it's all for the right reasons.
Right.
Then his granddad gets the bookshop almost by default, and you and your brother end up reading sci-fi novels in the bookshop, and his granddad lets him take them home sometimes, unless it's a really good book or really expensive, and he says, you can read it, but you got to read it in the shop.
Yeah.
And all this filters into your brain.
Yes.
Right.
And then he goes and does his university course, and he writes a screenplay as part of his master's degree, and then sells it to Hollywood. Nobody's ever. That's like a film in itself.
I did know that part.
Okay, you knew
I
that.
knew that.
And then he sells his next couple.
Yes.
And then he's got a bit of a fallow period. And then the X-Files comes on. He loves it so much he just wants to meet the guy who created it for a cup of coffee. The guy who creates it wants to meet him for a cup of coffee. Says, we've got to do 23 next year. We can't do this. Are you any good at writing? He said, well, it's funny you should say that, and that's why sort of why we're here today.
I actually heard that
Very
he asked you to pitch me an idea for an X-Files episode. Vince pitched it, and he said, you're hired, write it.
Yeah, because they needed the people.
They were desperate.
and
Chris
then
Carter was
you
desperate.
get Bryan Cranston, and then you
I
get...
don't think they hired you because they were desperate.
No, they were desperate.
That's your story.
No,
That's
it's
your
true.
story.
Chris Carter, great guy, created the X-Files. I went in to meet. I was out there in movie business. I live in Virginia, where you and I are both from.
Yes.
And I just wanted to shake his hand and say, I love your show, The X-Files. It had only been on the air for about a season and a half at that point. And he says, yeah, great. Do you have any ideas? They were drowning. That second season, typically it was 22 to 24 episodes, a series.
And it exploded, and expectations were high.
Yeah.
And that particular year, they were tasked with doing 26 episodes, I believe. They pulled it back after series 2. But he said, come on, man. You got anything? Anything? And I said, well, what about a shadow that comes to life and eats people? Yeah, all right. Yeah. Sign on the dotted line. Yeah, it was.
You stuck around for how many years?
7 years.
So you went to school on the X-Files. You famously say, I got paid to learn how to make mega telly.
Yeah.
And then from that, you went on to Breaking Bad. And this is what you do. You do super series. And the great thing about Pluribus, which is what we're talking about, and it airs again this Friday, the linear episodes after 2 that dropped initially in the first season. It's amazing. Ray's in it. It's an amazing it's huge. The budget's there, but all the money's on the screen. It's all fantastic. But for you to keep delivering, Ray says you work your ass off, right? You also keep the main thing, don't you? You are famous for not diversifying. You go, right, this is what we're doing. We're in this for 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah. We've been paid well. Yeah. We've got to deliver here. Yeah. Whether it's hit or not is out there with the gods, but it won't be because we didn't put the effort in.
Yeah, I'm not much of a multitasker. Sometimes I wish I were, but I can only do one thing at once.
Do you get the sense of that, Ray, when you're working with him?
Yeah, and I hope you know that I also am assuming everybody knows he's incredibly intelligent, and I know he doesn't like it when we call him a genius, but he truly is. I know he is. I know.
Super smart.
He's very, very intelligent, and then nice. Works his ass off. It is that combination.
And very humble.
And very humble.
That's the secret juice here, isn't it? Secret sauce.
Yeah. And also having, he told me once he likes to hire people that are, what do you say, confident enough to collaborate. So he's fine with the best idea in the room wins, so he's also surrounding himself with wonderful people that he likes to work with again and again. But yes, we all notice his focus. I don't know what it's like to be on a show where somebody does. I know there are people that multitask and sort of, what'd you call it in an interview, like parachute into different writer rooms. It's wonderful to have somebody that is helming the entire thing.
And if they say, don't they, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
And
oh, interesting. I like that.
Well, that is absolutely true. And all joking aside, the secret sauce is I surround myself by really smart, talented, enthusiastic people who are just as excited about the work at hand as I am. And the writers in the writers' room, our writers' room are. It's not that high a bar, but they are all smarter than me, and they are wonderful. And then if you're going to hire people like that, then you got to listen to them. You gotta not just shoot them down. You got to listen to their good ideas, and then not worry about whose idea was whose.
Right.
Once you forget who said what in a writer's room, then you're cooking with gas.
It's not who said it, it's what was said, isn't it? That's the thing,
exactly,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And you learned all that in the X-Files, I would imagine, because you were one of the bit part players from a writing point of view, and you went, well, this worked for me, so bring it on. Which is how come you can get through all this stuff, I would imagine, isn't it? Because you direct a couple of the first episodes usually of something you do, and then you get other directors. And have you directed any Better Call Sauls? Because you directed.
On Better Call Saul, I directed one.
How was that? How was that?
It was fantastic.
Come on,
I
tell us about that.
Super, super fun. Also super terrifying.
Which it has to be.
Yeah. Yes. I've always said, like, even when I'm performing, like, if I'm completely comfortable and not scared at all, like, I probably should not be doing that part. Like, I'm always like terrified that I'm gonna pull it off. It feels like jumping off a cliff. But with the directing, I knew that Better Call Saul is not at all a learning show like you should be doing as one of your first things, and I had only directed shorts. But I also shadowed with a bunch of people, many of our directors between seasons or series, as you call them here. I would shadow.
I prefer seasons.
I would shadow. But it's only because we say series and we mean a whole nother show. Yeah. So I don't want people to think like, so I was doing 9 series. But here's the thing. I had a crew on this. Not only did I have Vince and Peter that had my back, I then had a crew of like 350 people that
an army
wanted me to succeed. Yeah. Like, we're all in when they heard that I was going to direct one.
How nice. What
and
a
it was
fantastic
brilliant
atmosphere to work in.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God. It's like being carried, isn't it? Like being carried, like crowd surfing. I mean, you got to have it. You got to have something at the end of it. But it's,
but the crew would crawl across broken glass for Ray. They really would. No,
and
seriously.
Also, you get the gang together for 6 or 7 years, and some people come and go. But I want you to mention the core is still there, and you get your Better Call Saul gang. What's the percentage of the crew that are on Pluribus that were on Better Call Saul?
Excellent question. I would guess, it's just a guess, I would say good 60%.
It's got to
be, right?
70%.
And how many on Pluribus that were on Breaking Bad still?
30% maybe. Yeah.
You're like the Ralphs, because we're very lucky. We holiday in America every year, and I go around Ralphs. How long have you been here? 22 years, 23 years, 24 years. It's like people stay, and you can feel it, you can sense it, because all the normal conversations and the conflict they've had that's been and done. Form, storm, reform, and perform. And if you can get to the perform and steam as a team forever, well begun is half done. You're nearly there.
Form, storm, reform,
and perform.
I got to be writing this stuff down.
You're busy. Keep the main thing the main thing. I do not want to distract you from the next script you write.
Chris, man, are you digging this day job? Because, man, I want to hire you and just have you follow me around all day and make me feel good.
My past stays current, but I wish they'd changed the frickin' photograph. Anyway, Pluribus. What else can we say? We can say it's on. The reviews are off. Look at that, goosebump. The reviews are off the chain, man. The opening scene, the listening satellites, the line, what's going on, the funky, kooky nerds in the wooden porter cabin, and then where we get to from there, and all the top shots, and then this kooky girl who happens to be a qualified commercial and military pilot, and then Air Force One comes into shot, and we think, how did they do that? And then we see the green screen all over Instagram. We say, oh, that's how they did that. How do you do all this stuff? I don't know. Can you tell
This
I'm
is what
excited?
I'm saying next time I'm asked, like, can you summarize the show? I'm saying all of that.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so
Thank you.
I'm so glad we
good.
came to the UK. I'm telling
Yes.
you, this is I mean, I was already having a good time, and this is just upped it like to
I,
11.
I appreciate
Yes.
you saying that. I appreciate you saying that. When you were going to do your next thing, and this is it, Pluribus is it. And this, to create a TV show, I was like dumbfounded last night. I was thinking, there was punk, there was the Beatles, then there was punk, then there was like the iPhone. This is sort of like that with TV. Do you agree, Ray? It's like,
In what way?
because there is no, what is this show like? It's a bit like this, it's a bit like that. It's not like anything I've ever seen before.
God bless you.
I know that's what Vince set out to do.
It's like,
so
it's
on
like giving
purpose.
two birds to a different form of
Yes.
human being.
Yes.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was the point, and I'm so glad you're picking up on that. I that is the point. I tell you, I love. When you watch something, you want to be delighted. You want to be surprised. You want to be, you just, you don't want.
Wait to find out where it goes, and I have no idea. I have no idea where it's going.
I had no idea while we were shooting it.
Yeah.
You just get your scripts one at a time.
I just hope there's more. Please, God, give me more. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't really need to say anything else. Do you want to say anything else before you go and do your other stuff?
This has been the most wonderful interview ever. And I could do this once a week. This would
100%.
Yeah.
We should come back though when we've shot more. I want to hear his explanations of
I
all
would
of the episodes.
love it. So there's going to be more. Obviously, there's going to be more. They've paid for more. There's going to be more. That's how the business works, I understand. Vince Gilligan and Rhea Seehorn. Can we hear it for Pluribus? For the Pluribus gang, there's a gang out there. It's almost like they brought the rest of the cast with them. You're all very welcome. Have a lovely day. Thank you for your hard work. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. You make the world of entertainment a better place to continue to be part
And
of.
thanks to the UK. We are so well received and have such a good time here.
UK sounds a bit like okay, but we're much more than that.